Hope everybody's doing well. It is Monday night, almost 9 p.m. We are rocking. We're full force all the way. Hey, how are you? I'm good. Topic of today is we're going to talk about peak performance and neuroscience of peak performance. Talk a little bit about that, and then maybe we'll digress into other things as well too. But yeah, I think as I look more and more at some of the things that I work on, some of the things that I do, I'm a big believer in the growth mindset. I think it's so important. And, I think a fixed mindset is just not the right, it's just not the right way. At least for me, it's not. I think it's, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Great to have you on. And so, yeah, I think looking at a growth mindset in this kind of like, neuroplasticity and neurogenesis, all these things like that, that's saying basically you can rewire your brain, okay? I believe you can be more, do more, you can recover from trauma, you can, all these different things like that. I know we have some experts that are watching right now. Lisa, if you're out there watching, not sure if you're still on. But so, I'm a big believer in using this in the science of peak performance, right? And how do we get from where we are now to where we want to be? Why do some people achieve more than other people achieve? And this is a big thing, obviously members of my coaching program can talk about and know that this is what I work on, but getting you from where you are now to where you want to be. And then how do we do that, right? So you've got to, first of all, clearly define what you want and get really clear about it. Define your 5-year outcomes, define your 1-year goals, define your 3-month goals, and get really, really clear about that. And then from there, finding a proven success strategy that's going to work for you, getting a coach with a proven roadmap, learning how to take accurate and effective action, really building your endurance, the delayed gratification, things like that. Because, if you're constantly just getting dopamine hit after dopamine hit, and, you're just expecting instant gratification, whether it's doom scrolling or snacking, whatever it is, alcohol, food, all the different things like that to get the instant gratification, you're not building up the willpower and the grit, the mindset, and actually the neural pathways to allow you to achieve difficult things, So that's a big part of it too. And they're really seeing that, through focused learning, through meditation, through trial and error, through trying to do hard things, staying on a problem, working on a problem, you actually develop a certain part of your brain that lends you to be more gritty, makes you more gritty, makes you have more perseverance, makes you kind of tougher, mentally tougher, right? Imagine that. It's like a muscle. You train it more, you train working on difficult problems, you stay in the fight and keep struggling and trying. Eventually you develop a certain grit about yourself that will change the way you are. It just changes you, okay? So again, the topic for today is really neuroscience and peak performance. We're going to talk about, AI and some of the tools out there, some of the apps you can use. I use MyFitnessPal, for example, in order to, hey, thank you. And so I use some apps and things like that to keep me on track. And you want things that are going to help you to stack certain behaviors that will help you to lead to an outcome. Because, let's get down to it. We don't want to, awesome, fantastic. And so, you don't want to get into something where you're just repeating the same things over and over, right? That's the definition of insanity. And you're having the same outcomes, and it's not the outcome you want. If it's the outcome you want, then you're winning, right? But if you're doing the same things over and over again, and you're repeating, mistakes, and you're repeating the things that aren't working, okay, or failure, really what it is, then you're gonna have to figure out some new way to do things, develop some new habits. And there are a lot of tools out there that can help you, because I think one of the things I was talking about is that willpower is not enough. Discipline is not enough. You actually have to set structure up, okay? Set up a structure so that you can actually have a supported, structured environment that's going to help you to exhibit the behaviors and do the things that get the tasks done you need to do in order to move you to become the person you want to become, okay? And that's what I do in my coaching membership. So if you guys are interested in that, click on over in the link in my bio, take a look at my coaching membership, on down and see some of the testimonials, see what's offered. Obligates you in no way just to check it out. Click on it and take a look, and it won't obligate you at all. And then jump back in here and we will talk ad nauseum about a lot of different things, okay? But again, the topic for tonight, talking about neuroscience and the peak performance. All right. Also going to talk a little bit about epigenetics and environment, psychological flexibility, which is greater actually than motivation. So one of the things that's this acceptance and commitment is a big deal. Okay. And that, we are committing to action despite discomfort. Okay. This again, to me, goes along with the growth mindset. When you commit to action despite discomfort, you're committing to do something that'll move you in a positive direction towards your goals, despite discomfort, despite possibly not getting the outcome you want. Because the first time we do anything, do we really, make the breakthrough the first time? Usually not, okay? Usually it's going to take you trying over a longer period of time, being committed in order to achieve the outcome you want to achieve, okay? So this is something that I think is so important, and it goes along with delayed gratification. It goes along with, the science of achievement of anything, is that, like Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the better part of courage is having done a thing before. Honestly, the better part of skill is having done a thing before. And sometimes we need to do a thing once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 100 times before we really get good at it, okay? I know before I'm rehearsing for a public speaking engagement, whenever I'm doing inspirational speaking, I've got 3 big events coming up in New York City starting 2 weeks from now, and I'll be out there speaking for a few days at different events. And I know personally, I rehearse, the points of my speech, the hooks, the important points I want to make, and I really make sure I get my timing down so I'm speaking for the right amount of time. I do that quite a bit, okay? I'm never scripted because I don't read from a script. I usually am walking around the audience. It's just my style. I sometimes have a presentation, sometimes I don't. But again, the point being is that I get good because of the repetitions, right? Repetition is the mother of skill. We all know that, okay? So it's very, very important. I also want to talk about high performance protocols. We're going to talk about this as well too, as one of the topics. And this is really something they're seeing today, is that in elite performers, having energy over time management. Okay, people manage their energy over time management. So they're managing their energy, their sleep, their foods they're eating, their nutrition, making sure that the things they put in their body lead to higher energy. The things they're consuming mentally, what they're reading, what they're watching, also take them to a higher level of energy, that rush of insight. All that stuff matters so much, okay? And I think that, this is what they're seeing that high achievers today, elite performers in any industry, are doing. Instead of just managing their time, okay, they are still time blocking. They're blocking off time to do important things. You have to. At some point, you have to, arrange your schedule, and you have to block off time. But they're paying even more attention to managing their energy and making sure their energy is high, okay? And this makes a huge difference. Some of these things that they look at, that sustaining higher energy over time makes all the difference in the world, okay? Then you can get more things done in the block of time that you have set aside, all right? Spiritual and existential integration for high achievement, okay? For peak performance. This really has a lot to do with making sure that you have purpose-driven performance, okay? When I'm teaching everybody in my coaching membership, we talk about things called the core human interests and the key motivations, okay? So the core human interests are these things that drive all of us, okay? They're these basic elements, these basic interests that drive us forward, that we all need to accomplish in order to, to live. And so you can't go on without them. And one of those things is security and stability, then economic prosperity. You need this as well too, because if you don't have those things, then you're going to be constantly looking for them, and you can't go on to the next level. And the next level, hey, how's it going, everybody? And then the next level after that, okay, is going to be the key motivations. The key motivations are like personal growth, personal evolution, self-actualization, serving a purpose greater than just yourself, okay? This is where life really gets a fantastic meaning. Life gets meaning. Life gets satisfying. You experience joy in life, okay? You have a deeper purpose that you're serving, something greater than just yourself. Life starts to transcend. You have this transcendental life where life will have more meaning, and you get greater results in your life, period, okay? So just your quality of life goes up as well too, because one of the most important things to remember is that the quality of your emotions really will impact the quality of your life. The way you perceive your life quality is impacted tremendously by the quality of your emotions, okay? And so all these things I'm talking about will lead to that. So going into the science of peak performance, the neuroscience of peak performance, one of the most important things to remember is that you can actually train your brain to be rewired, okay? So my elite athletes out there, I know I see one of you out there, and I know that you understand this through visualization, through repetition in your mind. You're actually getting repetitions in for something before you actually do them, okay? And your mind doesn't know whether you actually did it or not, all right? It doesn't know. So if you visualize something, doing something, you're actually getting in real repetitions according to your mind. And it makes a big difference for the way you perform, okay? So know that your brain's ability to rewire through focused learning, through meditation, through experience is a key to mastering habits and skills. It makes a huge, huge difference, all right? A lot of these things I talk about in my coaching membership. One of the most important things I think you have to have is an unstoppable mindset through what I call ferocious optimism, okay? And that's my own personal philosophy that'll make you resilient, make you overcome failures, make you overcome adversity, overcome setbacks, or to reframe where you are, to also direct your mental focus, direct your thoughts, manage and control your emotions in order to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. Okay, it makes a huge, huge difference. And thank you. And so I think part of the big thing I talked a lot in my coaching membership about as well. Again, the link is in my bio. Click on the link for Ben Pappas coaching membership. Link in my bio in my link tree, and you can learn more about it there. It's $47.99 per month. And you also get a free membership in my coaching community as well, too, for a limited time only. So check that out. You're going to love it. It's fantastic. But a big thing is this. First of all, getting clear about what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, right? If you can't get clear about what you want, then how are you going to go after anything, right? There's nothing that you'll know. You won't be able to focus your energy and your resources in order to go after the things you truly want if you don't know what you want, okay? So one of the things I always say, first of all, pick 3 outcomes, all right? Pick 3 major outcomes that you want to achieve in the next 5 years, all right? Then pick 3 to 5 major goals for this next year. Then pick 3 to 5 goals for the next 3 months, okay? Now, there are a few schools of thought here, right? Some people say focus on the 5 years. Some people say focus on the near term. I think the sense of urgency is created, and it feels a lot more real when you're focusing on the near term and making sure it's aligned, right? It's lined up and aligned with your 5-year goals, okay? Your 5-year outcomes, whatever those may be, okay? Those are more strategic. Because here's the thing. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but they greatly underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 to 10 years, okay? You can move mountains in 10 years. In 5 years, you can achieve probably most of your dreams, honestly. Fantastic things can happen in 5 years. And by 10 years, and whatever you achieve in 5 years, then double, triple, whatever, go even bigger at the 10-year mark from there, okay? So it's so important that you have a great, clear idea about what you want. And next, what's really important is getting a proven strategy, a proven success strategy to guide you and take you there, okay? And getting a coach who has a roadmap for you to guide you there. I've invested so much in myself to get from where I was to where I am today, okay? Especially transitioning from the military. I was, a Marine Raider. I was in Marine Special Operations Command. I was in Force Recon, Marine Infantry. Was the commander of 2nd Marine Raider Battalion. Served for over about 23 years, okay? Combat, all that stuff like that, okay? And so as I was getting ready to get out, I invested in myself to be able to learn about new skills, new abilities, and to do what I'm doing today, right? And so today I have a thriving executive coaching business, executive coaching. I help people to build their businesses, grow their businesses. I help people to make breakthroughs as a life coach as well, too. Make breakthroughs to achieve the things you want to achieve in life. Because it's always fascinated since I was young. Thank you. Always fascinated me since I was young. How do some people achieve the things they want while others don't? How do some people achieve so much while others get stuck or they have failure after failure after failure? This really fascinated me. And so I made it my life's mission while I was in the military as well, too, to seeing the high performers I got to work with in the special operations community, and that what separated them and made them different from so many other people. Their mindset was the number one thing. Their skill set and their mindset. Their mindset led to their skill set. Their determination and their sheer desire is what led them to develop the skills they had, and also to face the fear, to face the pain, to overcome danger, overcome the fear of death, all these different things like that, okay? And so what I do today in my coaching practice is I bring all these ideas and all these tools and strategies to you to help you level up and get from where you are now to where you want to be. And I also help business owners, CEOs, executives, founders in my one-on-one coaching, okay, to go ahead and make these type of breakthroughs, and also help them with their leadership of their organization, develop culture, a better culture, a more high-performing team as well, okay? And so for a long time, people ask me, Ben, when are you going to make something that's everybody can join, that it's not just, it's not just for founders, owners, CEOs, businesses, corporations, all those things like that. And so that's when I developed this coaching membership that I have today. And it's amazing because I love it. We go live once a month, the third Friday of every month. I go live for about an hour in a coaching session where I'm really teaching and coaching. And then immediately following that, I do a Q&A with everybody for as long as you guys want to stay. I'll answer your questions, okay? So you bring your questions. And then if you have to miss that Friday, it doesn't matter. And so the video is always on demand. It's on-demand video replay of the coaching session, the Q&A. On demand. Also, I put the presentation that I use in a PDF format. It's a PowerPoint slides, but in a PDF format, I put it in there so you can access that and learn from that on demand anytime. A lot of members do that, and they'll follow up afterwards in the coaching community and say how much they got out of it, how great it was, okay? And that's an added bonus as well, too, is that if you join now, you're going to get a free membership in my coaching community that's filled with amazing, supportive, motivational people who are all there as a great peer support community to help you get from where you're now to where you want to be. All right. And I think it matters so much what your proximity is to other achievers and other people that are trying to be motivated and trying to get ahead. If you're alone right now, you can't do it alone. Okay. You're not going to accomplish things just off on your own. I'm just telling you, you got to get help. You got to get outside experts to help you. You got to get a cheering section. That's what this community is. It's fantastic, right? Between myself, my community manager, Josh is in there, and all the other members that are in there as well too. I think you're going to get a fantastic amount out of it, okay? All right, so back to our regular scheduled program of this neuroscience of peak performance and what I'm talking about. But if you like all this stuff, the coaching membership is for you. It's $47.99. You're going to love it. Check it out. Please do. The next live session will be next month. I'm filling things with downloadable content right now. But one thing I promise you as well too, and I'm going to jump right back into what I'm talking about with neuroscience and peak performance, I will not overwhelm you in the coaching membership. I refuse to do that. If you show up for the live coaching session, okay, if you watch the video, if you can't make the live session, and you read the presentation, and then you do the work day to day, meaning the work being you use the tools, strategies, and techniques that I'm teaching you in there on a day-to-day basis, okay, some of the habits we're trying to build, the transformation will occur. The change will occur. I don't need you to read 3 or 4 books. That's my job. And I'm going to distill things. I'm going to pass it to you, okay? My job is taking the big ideas and all these things and passing it down to you in a bite-sized portion that's really going to hit home like a sniper round that's going to just hit you and make you make an improvement right away, okay? My job is to get the transformation and the breakthrough for you as quickly as possible. I've been doing this full-time for years now, and I've gotten really good at seeing people make transformations rapidly and just how I do that. I don't need you to read 20 books, to read 10 PDFs and all this crap like that. I see sometimes, we're going to continue that fight with the CVS guy. Don't worry. Thank you. And so that's the big thing, is that I try to create this transformation as fast as I can for you, okay? Create a breakthrough for you as fast as I can, as rapidly as I can. So that's all you got to do. All right? There's no stress. There's not like I'm going to join this membership. Crazy Ben, the Marine Raider, the Marine, infantry, force recon guy is going to make these crazy demands of me. That's not it, okay? My job is to get in there, just like a direct action raid. Get in, get out, get the mission done. I'm going to create the transformation and breakthrough in you as quickly as possible. Check it out. You're going to love it. All right, back to the neuroscience of peak performance. Here we are. Hey, Natalia. How you doing, baby? And then, so we're talking about AI and behavioral psychology next, and dopamine management, okay? So one of the things about dopamine management, all right, is we have this culture today where people are on social media, they're online, whatever it is. They're just trying to get a dopamine hit. They're scrolling through things, whether it's to look at, other people, or, they want to get filled with fear and they want to learn things that get them angry. Hey, check this out. This will piss you off, right? Some people love to stay angry, okay? It's also a distraction. It distracts you from the work you need to do. And the work might be hard. It might not be fun in order to get you where you want to be. Okay, so the constant dopamine hits are a problem. And what else is this? Is that a lot of people don't know how to delay gratification. This is the biggest problem. Again, neuroscience of peak performance, dopamine, all right? If you are addicted to dopamine, you're constantly scrolling, you're constantly eating junk food, you're getting the little highs from alcohol, from whatever like that, junk food, scrolling, quick hits like that, okay? I'm telling you, it is weakening your ability to push through and have perseverance through adversity, through setbacks, through the hard times that will actually let you solve the problems you need to solve, earn the skills you need to earn and build in order to build the life and achieve the things you want to achieve, okay? This is point, period, paragraph, 100%. The more you do, hey, my pleasure, thank you for being here. The more you do hard things and the more you stay on difficult tasks, okay, the more you develop a certain part of your brain that thickens and gives you grit, for lack of a better, way to say it. Gives you grit, gives you mental toughness, gives you endurance, and it lets you then, it's like a muscle builds up. The longer you can delay that gratification, the longer you can keep away the dopamine, the desire for the dopamine, and you're doing what needs to be done, the closer you're going to get to accomplishing the things you want to accomplish, okay? Nothing worth doing is easy, all right? Look at everybody that's accomplished something that you admire. Some people win the lottery, so true. Some people inherit money, so true. But I'm going to tell you, the vast majority of the millionaires or people, if financial success is your thing, did not just inherit it, okay? A lot of them are first generational wealth in their family. They're the ones that did it, okay? A lot of the times it's come from really hard work, tons of hard work, okay? So don't fool yourself. You can't accomplish the things you want to accomplish. You want to get in better shape, you want to get a six-pack, you want to get a great body, okay, guess what? You can do it. The biggest thing is you're going to have to cut out all the chips, all the snacks, all the stuff like that. You have to get on a serious workout program. You have to do strength training. You have to do cardio training, all the stuff like that, okay? But one of the hardest things to do is mastering your diet. Again, because of the dopamine, right? We want to get those snacks. Trust me, I'm a card-carrying member of the snack club, and I love it, but I can't do it right now while I'm trying to get cut. Here's the thing. You have 1 hour a day of working out, maybe 2. The other 22 or 23 hours is just you and the refrigerator or you and the snack bag and the cupboard, okay, and everything that's in there. If you can master that time, you can delay the dopamine, you can delay the instant gratification, you can go through the hard times and the pain and witness your decisions each moment, you will get the six-pack. You will get the body you want. You will get the fitness you want. If you don't care about that, who cares? Maybe your thing is career advancement, right? Maybe your thing is getting to the next level in your career. Well, what do you have to do to get selected as a leader in your career if you're an employee in a company, right? You have to start behaving your way into that promotion, behaving your way into showing them you're a leader. Before they ever choose you as a leader, you need to demonstrate that you're a leader. So what do there? You're going to have to fill your head full of the things that allow you to act like a leader. You're going to have the values, have the determination, have the discipline to get up there, get there early and stay late, okay? You're going to have enough knowledge, enough preparation to say the right things at the meeting or not say anything if your habit is you're saying too much, okay? To use good decision-making, okay? You have to have a good decision-making process. Maybe you have to have an outside help, okay? Maybe you have to get a coach, all right? I do executive coaching all the time as well too, all right? In my coaching membership, we do this stuff, okay? We talk about this afterwards in the Q&A a lot. I had a question from an entrepreneur the other day about hiring people, building an organization. What do I recommend as you build out the organization? We talked all about that in the Q&A, okay? But you got to behave your way into the leadership position before you ever get chosen for leadership, okay? To get the promotion, to get the money, to get more freedom, more optionality in life, more options, all those things like that, all right? So we talk about fitness. We talk about your career. Let's talk about personal finance. Man, I can't do it. I just don't make enough money. Let me tell you of the story of an African-American black postman in Georgia, okay, who recently passed away, made $30,000, no more than $30,000 a year for his whole life. Passed away, I think, 15 years ago. Left a fortune of $70 million, automatic investing for his whole life, okay? And the secrets and the miracle of compounding interest turned his money into 70 million, okay? I don't know all the math in front of me right now, but this is a no kidding story. left wealth to his family, generational wealth, left wealth to his town, to his school, okay? And he was a postman that didn't make more than 30,000. So you're thinking, I'm going to go join the post office now, right? Maybe, not bad. But what did he do? He got serious about his expenses, got serious about his automatic investing, okay? And he made it happen. But it took a lot of discipline, okay? But for him, it didn't feel like discipline, okay? We're going to talk about discipline and willpower here in a minute too, okay? Again, the neuroscience of peak performance. We're focusing on all these different mindset, neuroscience, things like that for your peak performance, okay? Because your number one factor for your success is right here in your mindset. Point, period, paragraph, that's it, okay? Everything else is mechanics and strategies, but your mindset matters so much. The way you see the world, the way you see money, the way you see success, the way you see abundance, the way you see your potential, okay? All those things like that, all right? So for this man, all right, he lived a great life, but his life wasn't fulfilled by, tons of material things and spending, things like that. He filled it with family, filled it with good works, and he invested a lot of his money. He still had a good lifestyle and all those things, but it was the miracle of knowing when to automatically invest, okay? So there is that too. That has to do with your mindset. What happens, as Warren Buffett says, people react to the market. They react to the market, they get scared, they pull their money out. I better sell, the sky's falling, okay? Not realizing that doing too much will kill you financially. Again, what does that have to do with anything? Your thoughts become things, the way you think. This too is mindset. It's a money mindset. What is your money mindset, okay? What's your fitness mindset? What's your money mindset? What's your relationship mindset? The number one most important decision you will ever make, okay, is who you choose to spend your life with, okay? I should say number one most impactful decision, all right? Maybe not most important, I don't know. That's going to be up to you. But I will say impactful. Who you choose to spend your life with, who you choose to marry, who you choose to spend full time with all the time, okay? This will have a huge outsized impact on your life, okay? And so you have to be mindful of also realizing that sometimes relationships are work. To make it work, you gotta work, okay? You can't just be like, oh, I don't feel it today. You know what I mean? If you're committing, a true commitment, right? So you gotta know how to manage your emotions for that too, manage your mindset. And obviously, target selection, like we say, the draft is very important too. Who you draft on the team is very important too. So you got to get very clear about that. But all these things are within your knowledge. Hey, thank you. Amen. Through your knowledge, through your mindset, through the things you believe and know, which is all right in between here and here in your heart. Okay, so in my coaching membership, one of the most powerful things we do, aside from tactical planning skills, getting things done, fitness, all that stuff, is really making you have an unstoppable mindset, directing your thoughts, learning how to control your emotions and manage your emotions, okay? Learning how to reframe, learning how to bounce back after adversity, and to keep you going on track and staying focused on what you truly want in order to get you from where you are now to where you want to be, okay? This is my passion, my purpose, my mission in life. My mission in life is to be an inspirational leader, to make positive, lasting change in my family, in my friends, in my followers, in my subscribers, okay, in my community, in my clients, in my customers, and in myself, okay? In order eventually to spread that out to my community, to my city, and beyond, my country and the world, if I can, okay? To the best of my damn ability, all right? As much as I can. And so thank you for being here tonight too and watching, because you're letting me, fulfill my mission and perform my mission right now. Hey, thank you so much. Rah. And, fulfill my own personal mission. And if you decide to go in my coaching membership, click on the link in my bio, you decide to join, awesome, fantastic. I'd love you to be there. And I think you're going to love it, okay? You get more of this type of stuff. One weekend, the third Friday of every month, we go live. And I teach for about an hour, okay? And I have a PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to go through you guys to make sure you can hear it from me. You see it. You can read it. I use some humor in there. Sometimes I have some funny things in there as well too, okay? And then I hang that all in the members area so it's on demand. You can look at both anytime you want, the video and the presentation. I put downloadable content in there. And you get free access, free membership for life into my coaching community as well too. My membership community filled with positive, supporting people. And you're going to love it, man. Awesome. Good for you. Go get some, brother. Get it. And so all of these things, are so important because that's my personal mission. So like I said, if you guys join, amazing. I love it. But if not, then I have a chance to serve and I get to fulfill my personal mission of serving, because one of the things that makes our lives have meaning and better than what it was before, have our life have more meaning, more joy, more satisfaction, is reaching that point where you are serving people, okay? Where you are serving people for a cause greater than just yourself, okay? So this is going to make all the difference in the world for you. It's going to change your life, improve the quality of your life dramatically. If you feel like something's missing in your life, if you feel like something's missing, hey, thank you, Juliet. I appreciate it. Aaron's a smart cat. He's got a lot of good stuff to say. But thank you. So if you feel like something's missing, sometimes it's this. Oftentimes it's this, okay? It's oftentimes this. Yes, sir. Servant leader, that's right. So it's oftentimes it's this. It's that you don't feel like you're serving something bigger than yourself. You're not serving others, okay? Maybe you're not growing. Because if you're not growing, you're going to feel like you're stagnating. It doesn't feel good at all, too. You feel stuck. That's when you really feel stuck, okay? And we do need fun. We do need adventure. We need all those things as well, too. All right? Awesome. I'm so glad. Crush it, man. Go get it. Go get it. Don't let anything hold you back. Remember the reason why, the powerful reason why you're doing what you're doing, and that will fuel everything, okay? And know that this is your time. Something I talked about this past weekend, this past Friday, we had our live in the coaching membership. I went live and we talked, and I coached them also in fear, and we discussed fear, okay? So my pleasure. Thank you, Juliet. And we discussed fear, what it is, the different types of fear, and how do you overcome it. One of the biggest ways to overcome fear, if you're feeling stuck right now and you're afraid of the future, you're afraid of failure, you're afraid of finances, financial fears, you have, medical fears, you got fears of family, people you can't even help in your family, okay? Maybe it's other kinds of fears as well too, right? Fear of failure, fear of shame, fear of criticism that are stopping in your track before you're starting. The biggest thing is just to take action. This is the biggest thing. You just got to take action. You got to step up, take action right now, okay? That's going to make all the difference in the world for you, all right? And again, if this is resonating with you guys, my coaching membership, you're going to get a lot out of it, okay? We talk about these things. I'm coaching you in how to manage your fears, how to get confidence, how to direct your mental focus, how to control your emotions, okay? How to get clear about what you want, and how to actually go out and get it, okay? These are the biggest things. I want to see a transformation. My job is to create the transformation in you as quickly as possible and not have you read 50 books. I promise not to overwhelm you in the coaching membership, okay? That's my pledge to you. I've seen it before where you join some type of coaching membership, some type of membership, and you go in there, and they're yeah, exactly, Nancy. And they go in there, and they're like, okay, you got to have 2 lives a month, and then you got to read all this downloadable content, and you better read these 2 books. And if you don't do that, then, and you don't transform, that's on you. Okay, bullshit, honestly. You show up for the live, or you watch it on your time on demand, you read the presentation, you incorporate the things I'm teaching you, the lessons I'm teaching you, you put in effort, it's going to happen. You're going to make a breakthrough, you're going to transform. It's just how it is, okay? Trust me, that's the way it is, right? I don't need you to do 50,000 things, all right? We're going to correct your direction and distance, your azimuth on a compass, and we're going to get you moving in the right direction to get you where you need to go, to get the things done you need. That's right, Kobe mindset, amen. To get the things done you need to get done in order to build the life you want to build. This is your time. It is time to stand up for yourself right now. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, who else is going to do it? Right? You got to stand up for yourself and know that this is your time. The time for change is right now. If not now, when? If not you, then who? Who's going to do it? Right? And like I said, if you find someone that resonates with you, dive in deeply with them. If I'm that person for you and I resonate with you, dive in deeply, join the coaching membership. Because I have a lot of free content. I sure do. I have YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can watch all the free stuff you want as much as you can. All right? But if you really want to make a change, you want to have the theories and the structures and the strategies organized into order to be delivered in the most powerful, transformative, rapid way. Join the coaching membership. Get in deep, immerse yourself in the professionalized program, my coaching program, and you'll see the change occur rapidly, okay? And if it's not me, get with somebody else. But I'm just telling you, as a fiduciary responsibility to you, you got to get someone in your corner, okay? Do not go it alone. Why? Why go it alone today? With information technology, you can be on a Zoom call literally with someone amazing right now, okay? You can set up Zoom calls. You can watch certification classes. You can take a college course, okay? All this stuff. At Stanford, Harvard, they all offer all these courses and all these different things now. AI courses. You want to, turning the words into action. You want to learn how to code? I think there's like Singularity Universities, all these different universities out there. There's all these coding academies that just do these things for free, right? You want to learn about science and technology, it's out there. It's up to you. But again, if you find a coach that resonates with you, or someone who's an author, you read one of their books, like, damn, I love this book. Read everything from them, okay? It's the best piece of advice I was ever given. Work through the entire program with that coach. Read everything you can from that author. Get with whatever team it is that gets you closest to the sun, for whatever the sun is for you. Work with that team. Work with that founder. Work with that owner. Fill your head with as much as possible from that person. It will change your life, change the way you think, change the way you operate, and amazing things will happen for you, okay? Again, guys, if this is resonating with you, if I'm that person for you, and it's resonating with you, or you're starting to think maybe I am, check out my coaching membership. Go to the link in my bio, my link tree. Look at the Ben Pappas Coaching Membership and Community. Click on that. It absolutely does not obligate you in any way to click on it and read some more about it, okay? You'll see what you get every month, what you're going to get a live coaching session with me every month. You're going to get downloadable content. You're also going to get free membership in my coaching community, my members community, which is a bunch of amazing entrepreneurs, coachable people in their careers trying to make a breakthrough, okay? I got some people from the entertainment industry, you name it, all walks of life are in there, okay? All trying to level up. Positive, supportive peer group will make all the difference in the world for you as well too, okay? And I hang all this material in the members area, the videos, downloadable content, and the presentation I use so you can watch it on demand anytime. And like I said, if it's not me, it's got to be someone else or something else. But if this resonates with you and you get this feeling like, hey, you want to learn more, or I'm able to reach you somehow through my words and through my energy, investigate it further and give it a try and jump in there. And in fact, commit. Stand up for yourself and commit. It's $47.99 a month. Very accessible. Again, $47.99 per month. Someone told me that's like the price of a lunch and 2 Starbucks trips. Okay? And that's the price of the coaching membership per month. And it'll make a big, big difference for you. I think you're going to get a ton out of it. If you're interested in doing a one-on-one program with me, I still do that. The space is very limited for that. It's a big investment. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? It's a big investment to do that. And so DM me if you're interested in that, and we can talk. We set up a Zoom call for it. But again, the coaching membership, I think you're going to learn the same tools and strategies that I teach to my CEOs, my founders, my owners. When I work with companies, I do inspirational speaking, all those things like that. I'm going to teach you all the same strategies, tools, and techniques. And it's going to be in a way that's not going to overwhelm you. Like I said, no books, stuff like that are not going to overwhelm you. I want to make sure that you have time to learn it, time to practice it, time to own it before we move on to the next thing every month, okay? And in the coaching community, you're going to be able to chat daily as much as you want with the rest of us and with me, okay? Ask questions. I'm going to be there to, answer your questions in the community, in the message board and all that. You're going to get interaction from my community manager, Josh, in there as well too, and from all the other amazing people that are within there. And it's fantastic. So I hope to see you in there. And you know what, guys, like I always say, believe in yourselves. I believe in you. Make yourselves better. Make the world better. Have an amazing day. Thank you for being here tonight and for letting me do what I love and for allowing me to serve. Even if you never become my clients or become members of my program, you've allowed me to serve tonight and to fulfill my own personal mission. So no matter what, don't go it alone. Get someone in your corner. Take courses. Develop yourselves. Work on yourself harder than you ever work in your job, and you will never, ever, ever experience any type of issues getting to where you want to go in life. All right, go get yours, everyone. Your time is now. Go get it. Let's go.